Just want to do a quick video here of the 1974 Century. What I wanted to do is just get a video before I do anything to this car, including taking all the shipping labels off or washing it or anything like that, so I can just keep a history of all the progress that's been done on it later on down the road. As you can see here, she is rough. But got a great deal, and that's the only way I could afford one of these at the moment, as these cars are very expensive in Japan, fully restored. So there are some rust spots. The chrome isn't too bad. You know, there is some pitting. The car will have to be repainted. I know it's probably not going to be able to see it in the video, but the actual paint itself underneath the finish is like kind of cracking, and that's kind of Toyota to blame on these first generation vehicles. Some more rust right there. Rust right there. And the engine bay it currently does not run at the moment. I literally just unloaded this thing off the trailer when I picked it up from the port. It does turn, it just won't crank. So I think we're gonna replace these fluids and put some new fuel in there. She's definitely a project, but you know, I've always wanted a first generation Century, and for the price I got it, I couldn't turn it down. So the good news is, besides the outside rust issues in the paint, the interior is in really good shape. The interior is not even worn or ripped. So far, from what I can tell, all the electronics work, including the pop doors, which is super cool. All the power corner mirrors work. Like I said, no rips, no tears. Still has the seat dollies, the lace seat covers, which is not, even with some of the cars that are only 20 years old, you don't really see them that often. So other than it being dirty, I don't see much work I need to do on the inside. Just a little TLC. I do have the original hubcaps, and I have a replacement front grille. I think the biggest challenge is going to be replacing these seals when I decide to get around to doing that. I mean, they're pretty all cracked up and weathered. So I'm gonna do some research on that. If anyone watching this has any suggestions on what to do, you know, some of my chrome here has some pitting, but I'll try to take a wool pad and some I'll try to do as much as I can without having to send stuff off to be re-chromed. And when I saw this thing on Yahoo Japan, it didn't have a front, it didn't have an emblem, but luckily I was able to find a replacement that's in really good shape. The chrome's in good shape, so that's going to come off. There you can see some pitting right here. So it's going to take a lot of elbow grease. I'm going to have to do a 3D print for that replacement, but other than that, she's... Oh, and of course I'm probably going to do air ride suspension because I think the front air is completely shot. So stay tuned. We'll see how this thing goes.